What's up, everybody? We're here in Colonial Williamsburg. It's May 3rd. Beautiful day out. Coronavirus pandemic is not keeping me from enjoying the sunshine, getting out and doing some stuff today. Came out to Colonial Williamsburg because I'd heard some rumblings that they had paved Duke of Gloucester Street, which was a cobblestone shell road, very historical road. So I had to come out here and see for myself. I'm going to show you guys. So I'm standing here in front of the Stockades. Yeah, the old field hospital was over here. A lot of people out enjoying the sunshine today. That's Blacktop. Looks a little goofy to me. Now supposedly they're going to come back and they're going to do a top layer over this that'll be more accurate for historical times, but Colonial Williamsburg is a special place. This is the birth of the nation here. I'm all about keeping it preserved. Standing here in front of the historic Randolph house. This is a crazy house. Now, you know, we're here in the middle of all the coronavirus stuff going on, so normally a lot of these houses would be open, and right now they're closed. But the Randolph house has got quite a history to it. I definitely recommend do a little Google search and look up some of the history of this building behind me. It's got quite an interesting past, and if you believe in ghosts, which I'm on the fence, I'm open to it, but this is one of the most haunted houses in America, if you believe in that kind of thing. And I can just say from my own experience, I've definitely seen some things here. So I remember one night we had come here and we had done one of the little ghost haunt tours, and we had decided to stick around a little later and just walk the streets. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning after the tour had ended, and just see if we could see anything. You know, we had a big group of people. It's probably about 20 people, and you know, I was kind of thinking that if you got a big group, you're likely not to see anything. So we walked back by this house, and in these windows here on the upstairs, we saw over there was a Colonial Williamsburg police car parked, and the officer was inside doing his rounds. And up here in the upstairs windows, we saw the flashlight frantically bobbing from one side of the house to the other. And then we saw it downstairs, and he ran out of this house faster than I've ever seen anybody run out of a building, jumped in his squad car over there, and just took off down this street. So I'm not sure what he saw, but something clearly spooked him. I'll show you a little plaque giving you some of the history on the house. Very interesting building inside. I definitely recommend, if you haven't been to Colonial Williamsburg, I mean, the history here is just incredible. You've got to come check it all out. It's beautiful. So here we've got the jail. And you know, one of the things I love about Colonial Williamsburg is it's not just the history, it's the amount of history that's here and the varying degrees of history. One of the, you know, a lot of famous people were held here. A lot of household name people you would know. Blackbeard's crew was among those held here. And I believe Blackbeard's head was displayed here as a prize token. One of the crew members held here was a guy named Black Caesar, who was Blackbeard's right-hand man, and I have a interesting connection to Black Caesar. A couple years ago, I was picking up a boat down in the Florida Keys, and a storm came, and we had to pull over, and where we were was not many marinas or anything, so we just kind of picked a tiny little island in the Keys, and we tied up there and waited the storm out. And I explored the island and found out that the island that we just so happened to be marooned on was the same island that Black Caesar was marooned on. And in fact, I believe he stayed there for a while and built his ship factory, or you know, where he worked on his ships. And this is where he met his end. I always find it interesting how history kind of intertwines itself, still even to this day. In continuation of what might as well have become the haunted Colonial Williamsburg video, got an interesting little story about this house. Now, this was the secretary's office, and we were doing that ghost tour. The head of the ghost tour, the guide per se, told us that she wouldn't even get near this building. And there was about 20 of us in this group over there, piled up as she was talking about the history of this building. And me being me, decided that I wanted a closer look. So I walked along this way and I sat right here on this top stoop. The guide continued her story, and a couple minutes after sitting down here, the group started yelling at me. And I freaked out, jumped up, came down these stairs, and ran over to the group. They said that from over there, they saw this doorknob turning behind my head. Now, I'm not saying that I necessarily believe that that's what happened. Could their eyes have been playing tricks on them? Yeah. I certainly didn't hear anything, nor did I have any idea that anything was going on behind my head. All sorts of little shops. And you know, like I said earlier, most of the stuff is open. A lot of these buildings you're able to go inside of, get a little taste of how things were done. And some of these, believe it or not, are actually people's houses. Can you imagine living in one of the most traveled tourist destinations in the country and having all these people like me walk past your house every day? Well, that's gonna do it for today's adventures in Colonial Williamsburg. This is my first time filming a walking around and talking to you vlog, whatever we call it. If you want to see me do some more of these, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hope you enjoyed it.